Good morning, Huntly.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Huntly.
It's the first time we see each other.
Yes,
Nice.
yes.
Yeah,
I think this is a father-son team. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Oh, it's wonderful. How are you two collaborating? How's it work when you work together? Does your father listen to you, or
It's pretty great. I mean, sometimes there's a bit of a father-son's relation, but I mean, it's pretty great. I like that.
Yeah.
Well, we have a good communication together, so it's
John?
if something happened, we fix it not long after, so it's pretty good. Yeah.
Well, and I think what happens, Sean, is when the next generation comes in, it really means that your father's getting very old.
Yeah. Yeah, we could say that. But no, it's great.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. Work together.
Yeah. But it's been a while. We've talked about it. When I start working in the industry, it was kind of the plan to work together in the future. So
Great.
it happens. So that's pretty great.
Yeah.
It's good. How's business been for you this year?
But right now is really good.
Good.
We have a lot of job, thanks God. And every job we have, we are so happy because it's very particular for the moment.
Yeah.
But we stopped 7 months.
Wow.
Completely.
Yeah.
Completely stopped. The shop is closed for 7 months. The office, we keep the office open 5 months.
Yeah.
Okay, we stopped 3, and after that we start.
But we start back in May.
Yeah, in May.
Yeah.
We use this time to have a new process. Example, we are a CWB, and we have a certification for a welding engineer.
Great.
Yeah.
We turn over all the process to assembly the truss.
Nice.
We have a new process. We will speak together in time about that.
Great.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fast. It's very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we install many new process.
Fantastic.
For the quality, and we use this time for this.
Perfect. Perfect.
With couple uncertitude with what is the next, what probably the same for you too. Huh? It's
brutal. Yeah, we just came to a standstill as well. We spent our time doing the same thing, going more digital, doing all manner of internal improvements.
mm-hmm.
It was the time to focus on getting our organization stronger, but brutal year, tough year. Oh my God. So when do we start the podcast, and what can I do how do I help?
It's already started.
Is that
right? So we just want to have this discussion with you, see what's your points on rigging, and see how you're doing right now, how you readjust to the industry. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're going today.
Yeah, because I think about you because you are a huge player in the industry, and we have a long relationship, and I think I like your products, and I think it's cool for everybody to have your feedback on it.
Thank you. What questions in particular could I answer for you that would get us started?
But we could start just by saying, how did you adjust right now to the situation? So what did you do as a company, as the leader of the company, just to make sure everything you were able to go through this crisis? Because I think it's something that could be inspiring for anybody.
Yeah, we recognized fairly early on that this was going to be very severe in its turn down. It was very scary. We had gone through 9/11, the financial crisis. During the financial crisis, our revenues dropped 20-25%. So we had already experienced disruptions and been able to work through them. This situation was obviously way more dramatic, and I think good management is good management in good times and in bad. And in bad times, it is more painful, obviously, to make some very tough decisions. But the key piece for us is, I think it is for anybody, is survival. At this point, it is about survival. And in a business, cash is oxygen. And you need to preserve cash. So we worked very hard to balance the preservation of our management team, our mind and management. We knew we have to keep our team together, but at the same time, we had to reduce the scale and size of our business. So we closed 5 different locations, and that really hurt. It was terrible.
For close and
we closed Chicago, Dallas, Nashville, Seattle, and Calgary. Whoa. And yeah, we have Vancouver. Right now we have Vancouver, Vegas, Orlando, New York, Toronto, and London. Okay. So we kept a strong footprint.
Yeah.
We recognized in my business, it's the operations cost that is the big expense. So rent is very expensive in large shops. Mm-hmm. Of course, personnel. We relocated people. Our operations manager in Vegas, we relocated from Chicago. We did our best to keep as much of our team. Sadly, we still lost a lot of good people. But in many cases, we came up with plans to bring those people back and help them get through the downtime. And I think one of the big things was trying to guess how long this was going to take.
Yeah.
If it was going to take 6 months, it's crazy to close any shop. Mm-hmm. But in 2 years, if it's going to take 2 years, we're talking millions and millions and millions of dollars in rent, in insurance, in utility costs, in just equipment oversight. So it was difficult, but we made the decision to shrink because we believe that even if the pandemic was only going to be a year and a half, we believe that coming back into the market would be a different market.
Yeah.
And that it was going to take some time. Now, with our business model, we can open a shop within 30 days. So, we have all of the infrastructure, we have all of the forklifts, the racking, everything. So, right. So when it's time to go back to Nashville, it will be a familiar and standard procedure. But we have scaled ourselves to keep a survival mindset. Mm-hmm. And we've seen business pick up. We're doing, it's kind of funny. In November, we were very excited because we reached 20%. Great news.
It's crazy, huh?
Oh, wow.
It's crazy. Wow. It's crazy.
Wow.
It's crazy.
Hey, what? Oh, yeah. So, we positioned ourselves to get through. I think everybody now in my business is psychologically feeling good.
Okay.
You know, there were days where it was hard to get out of bed, man. Oh my gosh, it was painful. But now we have a stable situation, and we know even if there's no shows in 2022, we know we will get through. We are seeing certain concert tours actually planning for a large tour in August. We're seeing outdoor festivals make plans for May. We actually had a small concert here in Orlando, 2,000 people outdoors last weekend.
Wow.
So
that's good.
Yeah, it's going to take time, and I think there'll be plenty of economic issues about, you know, if you can only fill the stadium so full, the revenues will be different. So we expect it still to be tough, but I will say this: it's brought our team together. You know, when you are in one lifeboat with 20 people, you have to get along. You have to cooperate. And I think we really learned to work together at a better level. We had to come together, look at how to improve our business. When we're making money and we're busy, sometimes we can afford to be a little lazy about some things. You know, maybe we don't sweep the shop every day because we're too busy. So, you know, this really helped us improve our discipline. Really helped us improve our discipline.
Okay. That's cool. Yeah, because when you go through difficult times and you can pass through that, after that, it's just become easier. And
yes.
You build for the better future, because when it's going to start back, you put the pillars right. You put the pillars in a better position if you want.
And you know, that's a great point, Sean. I think, I don't know about you, or maybe especially you, Bernard. I mean, you've been in this for a long time. I had a lot of time to think about why I was doing what I was doing. I was at some point going, I've worked many years and now I'm fucked. You know, why am I doing this? And I think I learned something about myself. I learned where things in life are important in terms of having meaningful relationships with staff, being able to contribute to my team. You know, it's not just revenue. It is feeling good about what we do within our team. So I think hopefully I grew up a little bit. Maybe yeah.
That is really good point, because I have the same point of view. We changed the vision, not big change, but we changed the vision to focus more on the people. Because we feel the future for the business, it's more people. It's more relation with the people, relation with the staff, relation. And every day I try to do that better. And I feel something good on this. It's very interesting.
Yes.
It's really good.
Because in a way, what it creates is, when you create the relation with the person, it makes them be more wanted to be more involved, more into the company. So it's it's the new way, if you want.
I think it is.
You save time if the people are more involved. And
It is.
Agreed.
And your feeling for, you spoke about that, but your feeling for the next years, you think we will have, they will restart, or that slowly?
I think it's going to be 4 more years until Christie Lites is back to 2019.
Okay.
full operation.
Okay.
That the last.
Yeah. 4 more years, maybe 5.
Okay.
So
Okay. It kind of makes sense because in a way, just the people that just for the crew, because not long ago I was doing tour and stuff like that, but there's a lot of people right now that they're finding new jobs in completely other sectors.
Yeah.
So just this part will be hard to rehire people, good people, because you can have anybody, but to rehire good people to do the shows when everything will start back. So that will be, I think, a good challenge for
and that may bring a bunch of young people in.
It's actually great.
Yeah.
Because it will create space for them and change the old for the new. Why not?
Push me at the door. Don't do that. Go away.
No.
Take a vacation. It's funny.
No. Not true. But no, it's good. It's good. I think it's good to have both because for me, when I was doing tour, I was the young guy. I'm still young, but I think it's great to have the both mixes because the young brings a certain aspect and people bring the experience, it calms the younger one. So it was like that for me because the guys were always like calming me. So calm down, sharp there.
Sean, how old are you now?
I'm 27.
Okay, so you've been touring. You toured for a couple of years before.
I started around touring about 21. 2021, and I did tour for about 5 years.
Nice.
So that was great. That was great, actually. I really liked that. It was good experience, and
and the big tour, the really big one.
Yeah, I did. I was with Solotech. Sorry, it was a competitor, but
they're good guys. No, absolutely. So you were out on some pretty large world tours then.
Yeah, nice. I did Taylor Swift, Reputation Stadium Tour, Lady Gaga, Pink, a few of them. So
nice.
It was great to see touch.
I had dinner with Mickey Kirbishley a week ago.
Okay.
And he's helped build a great team at Solotech there. You've got a good bunch. Mickey's awesome.
Yeah, there's good crew over there.
Yeah,
I like a lot of them. It was pretty great time. Yeah.
And with in the plan with Sean from long time ago, that is the plan for us to have him in the team because now he have a lot of experience with the huge tour and he knows what is this 30-hour no sleep with the good or bad stuff. And I mean it's really good to make a decision when that is good, that is not good, because we know on the field.
Yes.
If your stock is good, it's good. If it's not, it's very bad.
Yes, exactly.
It happens for me. There was a tour. It was great on the crew. We had a great crew, but the gear was not well designed. It was a hard time. It was not like really fun. And the other tour, it was just crazy good and easy.
Right. Yeah.
In it is going up, no stress. So that's pretty nice. And it could bring us to our next question for you. What's your view on rigging? So what will be for you very important when you think about rigging? So structural trusses and
I think rigging is one of those things that really hasn't changed much, which as a business I'm very pleased about that. Rigging falls into a category of basic physics. It's not. I don't see many opportunities for the fundamentals of rigging to change, in that we're gonna see, rigging plays an important role now in packaging. So 20 years ago, well, even 20 years ago, maybe that was true as well. But rigging's ability to develop structure that embodies fixtures and allows us to travel with efficiency and set up with efficiency, that will always be important. And I think new designs will be important as new products and new technologies hit. But what I see happening in the rigging market is, as the market scales and we become more efficient, we can use more rigging. So when I look at the shows and look at how many points, how many motors, how much truss, we're seeing a lot more used.
Yeah.
And I think that's because we've got more efficient at being able to set a lighting system up. I think as well, when we go into shows where rigging has enjoyed a big advancement, is in the conversion of convention centers. So we do shows like BlizzCon, which is in the Anaheim Convention Center in LA, and they need to take that convention center and turn the whole thing into a theater. There's sets, there's special presentations, there's a whole environment that they want to control. Yeah. And in those situations, rigging is it's the platform, it's the backbone that creates all of the lighting possibilities. So in shows of that nature, maybe it's 10 trucks full of rigging, where 10 years ago it would be 2 trucks. And I think I don't see a lot changing in hoists, steel, shackles, truss, but I do see packaging and quantities changing. Yeah. Certainly the ability to put truss together quickly, to I kind of look at it this way and say, if it takes a minute, let's say it takes 2 minutes to put a truss together, that's fine if you have 10 pieces of truss. That's only 20 minutes. But if you have 500 pieces of truss, now you have like a whole day or two worth of just assembly. Yeah. And so I think that's where we may see some changes. It is how quick we can assemble product. I think I think from a fabricator standpoint, it's always nice to see innovation with respect to fixture varying. But I think for the most part, our clients have a strong familiarity with the types of rigging products that are out there, and those products are meeting the needs. Yeah. In general terms. So it's a tough market in some ways because it can be very competitive, as you know. But at the same time, the products are durable. They last a long time. And from my standpoint, I like a quality product that obviously is going to last 10 or 15 years. Maybe that's bad for you, but
it's perfect because it means it's all longers. Yeah, it's good quality. Yeah. But I like your vision on rigging. It's pretty nice just to say that the fundamental core doesn't change. Like in lighting, because I was in lighting too, and in Sonatec, lighting is changing so quick. LED now and the lights, and there's so many change that it's still the same basic for datas and all that stuff, but still there's so many stuff that's moving. But rigging, as you said, is pretty much the big core is the same: steel, shackle, motors, truss. So
yes, and I think rigging is in a very safe place because it's an essential component of any show. Yeah. And as shows increase in scale, rigging is a big part of that. if you want your show to look big, you need rigging to get you there.
Yeah, it's true. I mean,
I think, I think one of the things that may, in some ways decrease the need for large amounts of truss are the new variable speed hoist systems, because being able to reposition a truss is now saving people having to hang new points.
Yeah.
So with a smaller system and a variable speed hoist arrangement, you can create a bunch of new rigging positions. And I think, but I think people will use the variable speed alongside, larger scale rigs.
Yeah, because usually it's more higher budgets that can afford the very sorry, I have a hard time saying it. The speed,
I can't even say it.
Sorry, the automation motor. So
yeah,
I'll say it this way, but yeah, that's true. But I think in theater they're trying to bring that more for the automation, the variable speed. Yeah, I got it. I got it. I think they're trying to bring it more in theater, like you said, because it gives them more flexibilities.
Yes.
And that's great, actually, because you don't always have the same look. And if someone comes in a theater, because theater, it's hard to bring, you could, but it's hard to bring shows that have big setup or different kind of setup. Your crowd is more, your artists or have less budget in a way. So
this kind of rigging, it's good because you have movement in the show.
Yeah, and it gives them their unique sense of the shows in a way. So.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's cool.
You think for the future the connection, you spoke about the connection, but the plated truss, you think that will be something they will disappear in the future to replace the plate for the spigot and the conical system, or?
That's a really good question, because as you know, we have both. You build both. I think the nice thing about the plated system is that it's very clean.
Yeah.
And when you put corner blocks in, when you create a three-dimensional product, the plated system has consistent dimensions. So a 10-foot piece of truss or an 8-foot piece of truss can take a 1-foot corner block. It's very easy to work with. When you get into spigots, you have strange math when you create a corner or a 90-degree, and the spigots are wonderfully quick, but spigots on corner blocks are not as clean. We, as you probably are aware, have a plated corner block that we put a face plate with spigots on, because we don't want to create a permanent corner block with spigots everywhere. It's
really
yes, and nothing beats a spigot in a linear formation. But as soon as you get into corner blocks, they're not so great. So what I would like to see is a fast connection system for a plated truss. And I'd love to talk to you about it, because I've come up with a few things that we're working on. But if you can take a plated system and make it fast with no bolts, then I think you've got a nice plan.
Yeah, that's a great idea. You kind of like, if you create like a spigot bolted, but I don't know how to say it, but kind of like a spigot ways, but
I've wasted a lot of money trying to figure this out, but when this is done, I'll send you some of my latest drawings and some of the stuff we've done that we think may get us there. Yeah.
And what is your feeling about the conical system?
I don't like it. To me, the conical system is, I think it's slower than the spigot. When you've got, the nice thing about a spigot with that tapered pin, you take a mallet, bang, you're done. The conical system has a nice, it's very universal. It's beautifully universal, but the connection process to me is not as smooth and turnkey. What do you think?
I think because we build the trust with that right now, and we use that for a couple applications. Okay, example, on the crown of Allegria, the branch on the top, we use the conical system because it's stiff, and we fix that, and we don't have a movement.
Right.
I think it's the mix. It's the mix.
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea, the conical system, because we squeeze the truss.
Right.
It's not strong than spigot or strong than the plated. It's just the feeling is tight.
Right.
I think for exhibition, for many kind of this, it's good products, but it's I love the spigot system and the plated system for the same reason, because it's fast, and in the arena, in the show, the spigot, it's really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't need a mallet. You can just push the pin with
Just,
your.
Yes.
So that's great too.
With Theory Innovation, you just put this.
Yeah. But when the truss are well done, you just push the pin with your hands, and you save so many times because
the holes are so big.
You just pull loose. It's just a deal.
Right, there's some there's Stageco, it's big hammer, and it's you smash in the truss. So,
that's a good question for the conical, because we are to start a new line of truss with the conical system. We will have a 3 full line of truss with that.
Right.
And it's for this reason I told you it's good for this, it's not good for that. But I think the mix for mini, for the huge custom fabrication, I love that.
Yeah,
I love
the spigot.
The conical system for different. Because the last show we built with Cirque du Soleil is on the on the entrepot at Montreal. It's sad,
it's not moving
so
right now.
Sad. Yeah,
and we build the arch with the conical system because it's tight and no movement for the acrobatic people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's
there's
and
but as well for the trusses, it's a great market for every convention. If you look at the most of the truss at a convention, it's usually conical
plated
right.
And your truss is in many expositions. Just like.
True.
That's great.
But you make a good job, Huntly. You are a very good company, and I remember 25 years ago when the first time I saw you in Toronto. I'm so impressed about the shop is so clean, and the rack and the it's all my history in the show business. I think many times at your process, your vision of the shop is awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, thank you. And I may have shared this with you already, but I got a lot of my inspiration from Quebec. There's I think running a business takes two pieces, and it's difficult. It takes, on one sense, a lot of passion.
Mhm.
but it also requires rational thinking.
Yeah.
And if you mix those up the wrong way, it
Mhm.
doesn't work.
Yeah.
But I don't think you can successfully run a business without some passion.
Mhm.
And in the early 1980s, when I would visit Montreal and look at the production, the Quebecois had a passion for production. Like there was a passion. It was the French who were importing the new truss from England,
Mhm.
bringing in the Thomas Parkans and the QM 500 Avolite desks.
Yeah.
And so in Canada, it was this passion for production excellence. I remember working for a French band just for a few nights. They had a show in Toronto, and they were making no money because they took every penny and they put it back into their production. They're
Okay.
starving, but they had the nicest lighting system, nice audio because they wanted good production.
Mhm.
And when Genesis would play Montreal,
Mhm.
it would sell out. They would sell out like crazy because the production value was very high, and
Mhm.
there was a real appreciation.
Mhm.
So I think getting a taste of that culture and that passion was very exciting. It was very exciting, and it in Toronto it was way behind. Technology was behind by years. So I think I brought a level of organization
Mhm.
to the passion, and I've always tried to balance that. Sometimes I get a little too passionate, and that I have to chill.
Yeah, you
Oh,
need to create a balance is better.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
It's
it's
great.
true. It's true.
Yeah. Right. It's nice. It's nice to see that part.
Yeah.
To learn a bit of history.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's great. Nice.
Yeah. No, the French scene, oh my God, especially in the 80s. It was because back then there were so many live bands in small bars.
Mhm. Yeah.
There
Yeah.
were a lot of live bands. And you remember bands like The Box,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
they would tour Canada, and The Box was a perfect example of a sort of a French Anglo mix that could bring a
Mhm.
French creative style,
Yeah.
but sell it to the people in Alberta still.
Yeah. Mhm.
And
Yeah.
the even the expositions we did in Montreal were more European-based expositions that were very interesting, film expositions and various cultural events. So I think in a way, it's not a surprise to me that Cirque
Mhm.
came out of Quebec. I mean, it's because Cirque is a mix of creative talent and production value. There's a lot of production element in that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It is absolutely. Yeah. I tour with a band. It's Paradox a long time ago.
right,
And
yeah,
we follow the box at the
really.
yeah Misty Moon, Halifax, and Halifax, and we passed to Vancouver and with to a 24 feet truck and
I know. You know what? I
dropped the crazy.
I would drive to the Forum on New Year's Eve to see the Box play in Montreal at the Forum because
Oh yeah,
Wow.
it was so awesome.
yeah,
They were a good band. They were great.
absolutely, absolutely. We have a last question for you because I know you are so busy.
Yeah. Yeah. Name. That's
Yeah.
good.
No, it's good.
So yeah, just you wanna say it or?
But it's the last question is why you choose example their innovation on in the past the other company to what is the the
Passion.
passion, eh?
Passion. Yeah.
Okay.
I think when you talk about the emotion, I know, Bernard, that you care. You have a passion for excellence.
Oh yeah.
And so I think when I'm dealing with somebody who is going to do something for me, I want to know how they feel about it.
Mhm.
If there is commitment, if there is passion, that makes me comfortable that I'm going to have the
Okay.
level of service. If I phone up Therio and say, I have a problem, I know you care. I
Okay.
know you totally care.
Okay.
So, the passion for excellence means that I feel safe with your product. I don't even have to inspect it. I feel that there's a lifetime warranty because it is a handshake of integrity.
Mhm.
If I find truss maybe 2 years from now that has no weld in one place,
Mhm.
I know you'll fix it. It's
Thank you.
it's a commitment to something that includes a high standard, and that is absolutely the number one reason.
Okay, that's great. It's good. It's
Thank you.
good because it's that is the color that we put on the everything we build, and
Yeah.
we have a long relationship, and when you have something for us, it's a pleasure because all the time it's something they fit with who we are.
Right.
Example, the LX lift, that is perfect example. It's nice products. We need to have a great quality on the products, and we love that. Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. I've got to take a look at that. Yeah, I've got to take a look at that.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Thank you, Huntly,
Yeah.
for your time and
It's been a pleasure. Thank
Yeah.
you for the opportunity to connect and engage. I look forward to maybe doing some work, hopefully soon.
Yeah. We hope.
We hope for
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah. And in the second time, we will speak together for our new facility to build a truss, and I think you will love that. Just for learn.
Yeah. Just to share.
Yeah,
Just to share.
just to share.
Would love to. Yeah, would love to. John, a pleasure meeting you. Really nice
Yeah, it
meeting
was great. Thank you, Huntly. Very nice to meet you.
Yeah, and
Have a
Merry
good.
Yeah.
for
Thank
you and
you.
your family.
Yeah.
And I think we will have a great New Year's.
Yeah.
We hope. We
Yeah.
hope.
Yeah, let's hope so. You
Yeah.
too, guys. Thanks a lot. A
Thank
pleasure.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.